usually sanitize my hand. There is that at the door. I wanted to spice things up a little bit, and
my heart was beating so fast.
I saw that and I was like, what? Hey guys, welcome back to Waka Waka. I'll be here. Today I'll be sharing with you a story how I discovered that my building already has some COVID-19 cases. So after the COVID-19 case became apparent in the Philippines, after they've had some few cases, I remember my building here in Makati, they decided to make sure that everyone that comes in would always have to have their temperature checked. Then when the government decided to initiate the lockdown, they also decided to put a sanitization station outside. So before you come in, you sanitize your hand, you get your temperature checked, and then you go inside. Also, my building has a mall downstairs, and they also repeated this same process in the mall just to protect everyone as much as possible. But then during the lockdown, I remember trying to go to like other towers. So this building has 4 sections. So we have tower A to tower D, and from any tower you can easily access any of the towers, but due to this lockdown you cannot visit any of these towers. So after 15 days of being on lockdown, I remember going to do some grocery shopping and I stocked up on food. But then 5 days later, after stocking up, I felt like I've run through majority of this food, and then there was like this familiarity already, and I felt like I was repeating majority of the food, and I was growing tired of repeating this same food all over again. So I decided to spice things up a little bit, and I ordered some food online. 30 minutes later, I got a notification saying that my driver is on the 2nd floor. So in my building there are 4 elevators, but then for the past few weeks that I've been going in and out, I noticed that 2 of the elevators are not functioning. And then amongst the 2 elevators that are functioning, one is actually for the garbage men. So usually they would come every few hours to pick up the garbage. So I have always taken the garbage elevator back and forth. So I remember going to the 2nd floor, exiting the building, collecting my food, paying for it, and then as I was going in, I saw the sanitization station. I sanitized my hand, the guard let me in, but then I pressed the elevator to go up, and then the elevator that I took has not yet arrived. But then this particular time, the other elevator has already arrived. So this elevator that has not been functioning for a few weeks now started working. So I entered. The capacity of this elevator is like 8 to 10 people maximum, but because of the social distancing, it can only allow 5 people on the elevator. I took my place just standing, and on the wall I realized like there was a memo saying that there've actually been some COVID-19 cases in one of the towers here, and I saw that and I was like, what? And at that moment, the first thing that came to my mind was like, you know, there is death knocking at my door. Like, what are you going to do? And then just to be sure that I saw it correctly, like I moved closer again and I reread the memo. And for me, like at that moment, I just felt like my heart was beating so fast. And I live here, but then there is death at the door. It's a scary scenario because so far what I've seen so far has just been what I've read on the news, which is that, oh, there's COVID, there's this number of cases here, there's this number of cases in Italy, there's this number of cases in Spain, there's this number of cases in Nigeria or the Philippines. That's the only thing I've read. Saying that there's actually a COVID-19 case in a building, like I was pretty shaken. Everything that I felt, like I just felt like my whole body just, I wouldn't say it was a traumatizing experience, but made me more conscious. And I realized that, you know, again, all over again, we just need to keep our social distance and try to protect ourselves and do what is right to make sure that we flatten the curve. So while I was walking back to my apartment, I was just rethinking every step to make sure, did I touch the elevator? It's just a simple pick up and grab food, but then it just felt like I just had to like recount I basically just retraced my step in my head to make sure that I didn't touch anything. But then when I got in, usually when I go into the apartment, I would usually sanitize my hand. But then this time, what I did was, I do not remember which one came first, but I remember sanitizing my hand, washing my hand, and taking a shower just to make sure that, you know, I do not get infected. So I'm all talked out. Like, I felt like something was coming for me, and you know it's coming. I mean, I'm not saying I'm infected, but then it's just out there. It's just waiting to get you. So for me, it wasn't traumatizing. It was just a really scary scenario that I had to share with you guys. I just felt like nobody is safe out there. If you're gonna go out, let's take as much precautions as possible and just make sure we flatten this curve, and hopefully we can all get out of this alive. So see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.